Hey guys, this is Fallen Angel with a new series called Magic of Christmas. I'm gonna give people a few minutes to pop on in the watch the stream. Hello, Dave Larson. How are you doing? Oh wow, I'm sorry you can't sleep. I'm just waiting on a few more people to come in the chat. I know there's people that are wanting to see what this new series is about. And and all that good stuff. This is going to be a interesting. It's going to be more fun, I would say, because it is about the holidays. See if I can find it. Oh, that's okay, Dave. Um, One thing about me is, and there's some people that do not do this, but there are some people that like to take down their live streams, and I'm one of those people that do not do that. So more than welcome if you have the time to go back through and watch. Most of my videos are actually meant for people also who do not have the time to come in during the live stream to be able to watch it back. Oh, that's okay, Dave. I mean, the beauty of uh, YouTube is being able to get to know people, and what a lot of these people, they're not in no way, shape, or form judgmental. They're actually very welcoming, which I'm very glad I have a community that, or I'm a part of a community that is very welcoming. Hi, Jane's Life Journey and Mary Wolf. How are you guys doing? It's very good to see you guys. Well, I'm glad you're doing good. Hi, M Kids. It is good to see you and welcome to the stream. This is a pilot episode where Hi Dream Walking Angel is good to see you. I come up with this idea of doing a show where I talk about where um either good or bad or very interesting different traditions, legends, stories, things that we probably don't realize the origins of. Like St. Nicholas, there's a couple of backstories to the icon we know now as Santa Claus. There's a story behind why we have a Christmas tree during Christmas time. There's reasons why we hang stockings by the chimney or the mantle on the chimney and all that good stuff. There's reasons behind a lot of different um, things that we do during Christmas time. And I figured that will kind of explain some of it. This show's meant to be more fun. Hello, Irish Whiskey. It's good to see you. I hope you're having a good day. With all these different traditions, sometimes we tend to lose the stories and we just do them because that's what we know. But some people don't realize the stories behind the reason why we do that, what the symbols are. And I figured this is be a good opportunity, it being Christmas time, to talk about these legends, these stories, and traditions. Hello, Melanie Jesse Jane. It's good to see you. Oh, that's cool, Irish. But today is going to be one of those that people talk about. There's always light against dark. There's yin and then there's yang. There's always good and then there's evil. And this is about a story that is bigger than an elf on the shelf. Hi, Mama Liam. It's good to see you. Hi, Pam Sam. It is good to see you. And just like everything else, we all know about Santa Claus, but do we know that there is a darker side that follows Santa Claus? I don't know if anybody's really thought about that. But there is a story that when St. Nicholas would go around, hi, Drogler, it's good to see you. Hi, country girl. When St. Nicholas would go around giving gifts to the well-behaved children, there's also a darker side that takes care of the misbehaved children. And this story is more or less to scare children into behaving, especially around Christmas time. And that darker side is called Krampus. It's a half goat, half demon that is supposedly comes around, and it's not just for children, it's for adults who misbehave too. Pretty much in Central Europe, talking about like Germanic, Austria, Bavaria, Croatia, the Czech Republic, Hungary, Italy, Pennsylvania, they have this folklore of Krampus who will go and like pretty much punish the misbehaved, and if they were really misbehaved, they would send them in a sack. Put them in a sack, just like Santa Claus has a sack full of gifts. He would put them in a sack and supposedly take them to hell. Now that's a little creepy. Back in the day, I think it would scare even me to do the right thing rather than misbehave. And one thing that I found pretty interesting about Krampus, supposedly you give them schnapps, which is a alcoholic drink, to try to bribe them to not take you into his sack. Um, but yeah, Krampus is supposedly, you know, one of those that people don't really talk about today because they consider him a demon. But it's, to me, it's just a legend. It's a very interesting legend. And there's a bunch of theories going around. This is actually um this legend is dates back even before Christian belief. Um, there is a couple of backstories that people have theorized. Hot Benny Lego, it is good to see you. And Evil Witch, sure, it is good to see you. Um, in the recent years, they have this myth that Krampus was supposedly the son of Hel, who was a Norse goddess of the underworld. Um, However, some people think that's just a myth, not really connected to Krampus it's himself. And there are celebrations, parades. People on December 6th, December 5th in the evening to December 6th, um, have a celebration, have a parade where adults will dress up as Krampus. And a lot of people say that they're more comical than they are scary. And they will go around supposedly chasing ghosts out of the villages of the where these parades are held. And the one thing that I was interested in is the Catholic Church, the Roman Catholic Church, has pretty much tried to snub out this story because it doesn't fit into the idea of what Christmas should be about, as far as how Christians should believe. But I find this really, really interesting because can you imagine, the misbehaved children of the world, instead of getting lumps of coal, having to be visited by this demon? And with um actually there's two different parades. And with this tradition, I mean, like I said, it's meant to scare children into behaving, but also, it's not just kids that have to worry about this, as adults. With this situation with Krampus, he actually supposedly accompanies Saint Nicholas on his travels to give the gifts to children. So apparently, it's almost like wherever Saint Nicholas goes, Krampus goes with him. Kind of crazy. But it's almost like they're best buddies. They even, during the evening of December 5th into December 6th, they actually have Christmas cards that that has Krampus on them. And some of it is more made into humor. Oh, thank you, Eddie. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a good day. Um, there are certain places that actually, for to remind children that Krampus could come if you're misbehaved. They they actually get bundles of twigs and paint them gold and display them in the house, somewhere in the house, all year round, to remind children you just need to be on your P's and Q's. Which I find interesting. More people were more worried about Krampus coming to visit than St. Nicholas. There is a specific place, I can't pronounce the name. I'm actually looking at some of my notes that I have for this. Um, the Krampus Festival usually is held in early December, like I said, evening of the 5th during December 6th. Just before the sun sets, um, Krampus is supposedly comes out from an old cave and chases adults and kids, punishing them with strokes on the legs. I guess they have a hickory coming after them on the legs. And supposedly to satisfy their anger for getting a couple strokes on the legs, they would have to recite a prayer. to, I guess, to do away with Krampus or whatnot. Now, North America really hasn't, um, as a whole, heard of Krampus. And it says in here that the celebrations are starting to become a phenomenon. I'm like, really? If these are passed down from generation to generation within families, of course they're going to have some kind of idea what Krampus is and what he stands for. Hi, Valerie. It's good to see you. Hi, Michelle. And I mean, each different area that celebrates has a little bit of a different tradition to what they do, or what story parts of the story they tell, which is pretty interesting. I'm the black person, Krampus. And I will say this, I will let you guys in on what Croatia does. Um, many parts of Croatia, Krampus is described as a devil wearing like a cloth sack with chains around his neck, ankles, and wrist. And when Saint Nicholas comes to give a gift to a child, not only does the child receive a golden branch to represent, it's supposed to represent good deeds. He also gets, however, like children that have misbehaved, they receive, actually Krampus will steal gifts that they are supposed to receive and then only give them a silver branch that's supposed to represent the bad that they done. So not only does Krampus supposed to punish adults and children alike that have misbehaved, he will steal your gifts right out from under you. To me, that's a little comical. You got that right, Benny. And I believe in America, people didn't really start noticing Krampus or legends about Krampus until the movie actually come out. And you guys know what movie I'm pretty much talking about. And there's several different videos and like little television specials. Eddie. But yeah, there are, and like in these parades, all these adults do dress up as Krampus. So you got like dozens and dozens of people dressing up as Krampus, which is a half goat, half demon looking creature. You can just imagine how comical that can be. And to me, this is because yesterday was part of the celebration that they supposed to have. I figured this would be the best opportunity to talk about them. These people that dress up as Krampus actually go and chase people throughout the just as a way, as a symbol to get rid of the ghost and to be able for people to be aware to behave, especially around Christmas time. It would be actually kind of interesting to figure out and find a Krampus suit. I wish there was a way I could post a picture of a Krampus suit or a Krampus fate head mask thing, but I don't know how good my internet's going to hold up. And I didn't know this. They do carve Krampus mask out of wood. I didn't realize that, but I think that's pretty interesting. I know a couple people has got a wall hanging thing that says that has a comical version of Krampus done, and Krampus is supposed to be known for a long tongue, and so this wall ornament has a tongue sticking out at people. So it's kind of like, okay. Not really, just get a James Brown mask and dress like a bum. And these are kind of the stories that people don't realize, don't really think about, and probably have questions, but never really thought of even talking about these stories, these traditions. Where do these where does everything come from? What's the backstory to them? This is the kind of thing that I would really want to be able to talk about with you guys. Kind of, if you don't know about any the stories, kind of give you all a little insight. I actually had to do some research on Krampus because there's really not much that I could find. And it took me a little bit to find the stuff. Once I found it, I was like, oh, I'm going to have fun with this. So now everybody knows there's light versus dark, yin versus yang. There's St. Nicholas versus Krampus. And it's really neat to see that Krampus is not necessarily just all bad. It's very comical that he will steal people's presents if they've been misbehaved. So, but that's Krampus. Very first episode of Magic of Christmas. There's a lot more that I can do. And within the next week, I might put out a couple more of these kind of streams, talking about different traditions, maybe even the story of St. Nicholas. I think Krampus was kind of more of an origin of Germany. Yeah, I've been told it was more of a Germanic pagan tradition, folklore, than. Um, but of course, the different renditions were from people have spread the folklore throughout the area. On the trucking. And you never know, Benny, you might be right. But yeah, that to me, Krampus is more of a warning to help children think about behaving. It was more of a way to scare them, which now really necessarily do that. It's more like do it because that's who you are. Do it because you're a kind person. So it's kind of like um, kids back in the day seem to have had it kind of like scarier than what we have now. So, what do you guys think? Should I keep going with this series? Krampus is messing up. And yeah, that's a good thing. If you're missing a few presents, you can always blame it on Krampus. Hi, Wiki Savage Paranormal. It is good to see you. Welcome to the stream. And I agree, Michelle. There's just so many stories out there written just to scare kids. I guess kids back then were really unruly, or the mindset's changed. I'm doing good. Hi, Ernie Hatmaker. It's good to see you. So, yeah, I'm probably going to start doing this on a regular for the month of December. And if everything goes well, I am going to do this every single year around Christmas time. I may retell some similar stories in the years to come, but also I'm going to go find stories that you not really heard of before. I'm sure that's very true, Evil Witch, sure. So, yeah, this one was a little short as there wasn't as much information. And if you see a half goat, half demon walking around, bribe them with schnapps. That's the best way to get them to keep leave you alone is to offer schnapps to him and he'll go away. Oh yes, I understand that, Benny. Um, but yeah, bribe him with schnapps and you should be okay. Just be careful of how you behave around others and all that good stuff. Hi, West Haven, always and forever. It's good to see you. Oh, I appreciate that, West Haven. Really appreciate it. I'll hunt a truck and just throw him some Toll House cookies. He'll be fine. He'll get. That's a good way to get him to walk away. Ah, sweetie Cope, it is good to see you. Benny, you guys are so funny. Hi, Jake Renfro. It's good to see you. But yeah, I would be kind of ticked if somebody took off with my presents like that. I'm like, dude, what the heck? Hi, Lori Crochet Corner. Oh, wow, Eddie. Thank you, sweetie Cope. Oh, Kel, hello there. Schnapps will get you into more trouble, probably. Probably. But yeah, if you give him schnapps, supposedly that's his favorite drink, or that's the tradition, is schnapps. So yeah, I kind of found it kind of interesting. And the fact he likes to chase kids and adults is kind of scary. So I think I am definitely going to wrap this up. Like I said, there wasn't really much that I could be able to explain. That, and like I said, there, with anything good, there's always something bad, something scary. La Befana. I I've been thinking about that. I've been looking and doing research for different ideas, and yeah, I could very well do that. Um, so that's the story of a darker side to Christmas that people don't get a chance to think about. So when they say Krampus is watching, you know exactly what Krampus is going to do if he realizes you misbehaved. High DF network. Like I said, I'm going to uh Michelle. I hope everybody has a good day. I am going to wrap this up. Like I said, Krampus didn't really have much information, but it was enough to make me laugh. This was, to me, very fun. Hi, Native Grammy. It is good to see you. But yeah, it's going to be a couple days before I can do another Magic of Christmas. But I'm definitely going to check into what Evil Witch Shore suggested and maybe do a little piece on um, La Befana. I hope I said that right. I hope I didn't get it wrong. Um, I will do my research and we'll keep talking about different kinds of Christmas stories. Um, I am going to try to do a Midnight Madness actually either tonight or tomorrow, not depending. And I may be able to go live sometime Monday during the day, do a chill stream for you guys. Um, but until then, you guys just remember you never know what's out there until you spread your wings and fly. I hope everybody has a good day and make sure you bribe Krampus with schnapps now.